This is Radio Taiwan International.
Welcome to the news on Radio Taiwan International. I'm Hannah Belinsky, coming to you from Taipei, Taiwan. We begin with a look at today's top stories for Wednesday, January 7th. Taiwan showcases global cooperation at NGO Leaders Forum. Search and rescue operations underway for Air Force pilot after F-16 crash. And President Lai says stronger Japan ties enhance Indo-Pacific security. But first, today's top story. The Foreign Ministry hosted the 6th NGO Leaders Forum in Taipei on Wednesday, its first major event of the year. Foreign Minister Lin Jialong said in his opening remarks that through public-private collaboration, diplomacy can reinforce Taiwan's role as a responsible member of the global community while expanding partnerships worldwide. He added that Taiwan's value-based diplomacy continues to strengthen international influence through collaborative platforms known as the Taiwan Model. Lin cited his visit to Poland last September, where Taiwan signed a memorandum of understanding with Ukraine on rebuilding childhoods, integrated support for vulnerable children in Kyiv. The initiative, jointly implemented by the Kyiv City Center for Social Services for Families, Children and Youth, Italian NGO WeWorld, and Taiwan Fund for Children and Families, aims to promote sustainable welfare and child development.
In fact, the program has been more than successful. It has proven to be a model case for public-private cooperation. It has shown that by integrating the experience and the expertise of NGOs, INGOs, and foreign governments, Taiwan can build platforms for international cooperation, accumulate trust, and consolidate its indispensable role as a responsible member of the global civil society.
WeWorld President Marco Chiasara, visiting Taiwan for the forum, said that millions of displaced children have struggled to access stable education and warmth since the Russia-Ukraine war began in 2022.
They cannot wait for a ceasefire to find warmth, for a construction budget to find a classroom, or for the next election to find psychosocial care. They need us now. This is why partnerships like the one with Taiwan's Ministry of Foreign Affairs and TFCF are so vital. They allow us to keep child-friendly spaces open, keep heaters running, keep schools connected, and keep hope alive.
An F-16V fighter jet from the Air Force's 5th Tactical Mixed Wing in Hualien unfortunately crashed into the sea Tuesday evening. Although the pilot called out that he was preparing to eject, no ejection signal was received, so it remains uncertain whether he successfully ejected from the aircraft. Per the Air Force Command's emergency press conference in Hualien the following morning, preliminary findings suggest the accident was likely caused by a malfunction of the modular mission computer, leading to spatial disorientation as Captain Xin Baiyi was returning to base. During night operations, spatial disorientation and controlled flight into terrain are the most common risks. Search and rescue teams are currently conducting operations in the sea area marked based on the lead aircraft's last recorded position. Air Force Inspector General Jiang Yicheng said,
"At the time, the lead aircraft pilot was circling in place to mark the location. Cloud cover affected visibility, so he reported over the radio that he was unable to visually observe the sea surface. He continued marking the position until his fuel level reached the minimum required to return to base, at which point he requested to head back."
The Air Force confirmed that the pilot did report an MMC failure during the return to base. Due to the malfunction, the aircraft's flight path could not be displayed, nor could its flight attitude be determined. The Air Force added that it has ordered the suspension of training and exercise tasking for F-16 aircraft and has initiated enhanced maintenance inspections, as well as refresher academic and simulator training for pilots. At the time of this recording, 13 aircraft sorties and 11 naval vessels have been dispatched for full search and rescue efforts. An additional 119 personnel have been dispatched to search the coastline. Taiwan Premier Zhuo Rongtai and newly appointed Taiwan-Japan Relations Association Chairman Frank Xie hailed deepening bilateral ties during a seafood banquet promoting Japanese cuisine Tuesday evening. The event at the Taipei Sheraton drew lawmakers, officials, and Japan Innovation Party lawmaker Hei Seki. The premier welcomed Seki's visit, noting the senator's praise for Taiwan as a beacon of democracy, freedom, and peace. He credited Xie's tenure as the former Japan representative with advancing city exchanges. President Lai Ching-te tasked Xie with further elevating relations, arguing that friendlier Taiwan-Japan ties make the Indo-Pacific safer. Zhuo highlighted Taiwan's November 21, 2025 lifting of Fukushima food import bans from 5 prefectures, ensuring local consumers enjoy the same safe, healthy Japanese products available domestically. Xie vowed to transform friendship into a community of shared fate, where joys and sorrows and rises and falls are intertwined. He envisioned mutual support as a model for global peace and prosperity. Scholars and military experts are weighing in after U.S. forces' surprise attack on Venezuela and successful capture of Nicolas Maduro and his wife. This past Monday, the Center for Strategic and International Studies held a seminar on the operation in Venezuela and its implications. Senior advisor of the CSIS Defense and Security Department, Mark Cancian, explained that the United States military demonstrated a very rare capability for coordinated operations. Such a maneuver, he said, could only be achieved after decades of effort and at least 2 failed attempts, and that China cannot replicate this in Taiwan. Cancian is a retired U.S. Marine Corps colonel who has chaired Taiwan Strait War Games at least twice. He said that Venezuela's air defense system has about 100 medium and long-range surface-to-air missiles, some of which were supplied by Russia. Venezuela also possesses dozens or possibly more than 100 short-range missiles, as well as more than 400 anti-aircraft guns. In short, its air defense network is extremely robust. Cancian indicated that a key success factor was likely the U.S. cyber attack that disabled Venezuela's command and control systems, in addition to the use of anti-radiation missiles, which might have destroyed a number of search radars. The operation has sparked debate regarding whether the United States' actions set a precedent for China to attempt a similar operation against Taiwan. However, U.S. military expert Chris Osborne said Tuesday that it would be extremely difficult for Chinese forces to gain air superiority at low altitude, as Taiwan's air defense network is comparatively more complex. Osborne said quite bluntly that the possibility of the PLA carrying out a similar decapitation strike is extremely unlikely, if not completely unrealistic. Finally, he noted that while Maduro's capture effectively paralyzed the entire government, kidnapping Taiwan's leadership would not have the same effect under a democratic system, where political power is more broadly distributed. Taiwan's Tourism Administration of the Transportation Ministry launched a 6-month lottery promotion on Wednesday called Collect Stars, Shine on Your Journey, alongside the new Star-Rated Living guidebook to boost star-rated hotels. As of late 2025, Taiwan has 161 star-rated hotels. From now until June, travelers can create digital postcards on the event site to log trips and memories and automatically enter prize draws. Staying at a star-rated hotel and registering receipts qualifies for the extra grand prize. Did you know that taking a bus in Taipei can also be a divine experience? That is, the bus bell might just divine your future.
Pressing a bus stop is a routine for commuters, but recently it has sparked a buzz in Taipei after passengers noticed that some electric buses feature fortune-telling buttons that predict luck in love or lottery wins. The creative design, introduced late last year by a local operator, aims to make rides more fun and to encourage passengers to actually hit the stop button. Messages such as, "You'll meet love when you get off," "You'll win the jackpot," "Good health ahead," and "Happiness is near" can be heard via the new stop buttons. The gimmick, available on only about 50 buses operating on routes 611 and 278, has amused passengers and even eased some drivers' workloads. Now passengers are eager to press the button just to see their luck for the day, said Wang Ting, a senior driver, noting that riders no longer assume swiping their transit card is enough to signal a stop. The feature joins a broader push for innovative and tech-savvy public transportation following earlier smart bus systems in New Taipei that let passengers reserve their stops using a mobile app. Phil Eskowski for RTI News.
Thanks for joining me for the news. I'm Hannah Belinsky. Stay tuned for another 50 minutes of English language features brought to you by Radio Taiwan International.